Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we are going to talk about a monopod from Neewer. So I've been eyeing these for quite some time now. Just always kind of battled whether or not I really needed it. I probably still really don't need it, but hey, I need content, so there you go. There's my excuse. But I did find them on sale on Amazon, so I decided to go ahead and do it. So this is the form factor of the package for the monopod. As you can see, obviously it comes with this nice little carrying bag. And the version that I bought has a fluid ball head on there. So this is what it looks like when it's fully closed down. And as you see, it comes with a little cover for that fluid head. Along with a panning handle. Let's just go ahead and start from the bottom. So as you can see, it's got just a regular monopod foot, or these little legs will come out, which will kind of help it stand on its own. Also down here we have a little control knob, and I'll explain that while it's standing up, but just so you see, that's how we kind of get those adjustments. Then obviously you get your little single finger locks here, and we'll go ahead and extend this to see how far we'll get with it. All right, so yeah, that gets kind of tall. So for reference, I am 5'11", just under 6 foot tall. So that's probably about 6 foot tall. Maybe 5'10". I don't know. Well, could always do this. So when it's fully extended from the base, or from the floor to the bottom, it's 5'10" and a half. 5'10" and a half inches long, so, or high, I should say. So yeah, it'll definitely get up there. Let's go ahead and move it down a little bit so we can see what's going on here. So on the fluid head, we have a quick release plate. Of course, I use the foul cam on everything, so let me toss a base on here. So also inside this quick release plate, you do have a tool tucked in there. So hopefully that's so perfect. That tool is the size for your screw on the bottom. So you can tighten it up on there. Just gonna fix this, I'm a little bit crooked here. All right, and then, like I said, you've got your little slot there where that tool will go in, and there's a little magnetic clip that will hold it in place for you. Okay, so if you don't use the F38 or any kind of quick release, this whole plate would go on the bottom of your camera, and then it just slides in there, and you can slide this forward and back. We'll just keep it right in the middle here. Let's see, camera, and then we'll just pop our camera on there. So, not that I would trust it walking away from it, but as you see, this monopod will hold itself up. But to be safe, I'm going to put my foot on some of those legs that we saw hanging out there, and you can see I can pan up and down, and this is just your tension bar, how much resistance you want on that pan. And then I have a small locking handle there, and that will give me my left to right pan. So obviously I can just go ahead and adjust this to my height or shooting position. And then if you remember that little knob we said we had down at the bottom, when we open that up, we can fully move this camera around while that base stays planted in the ground. So if you needed to get some low shots or some high shots, you can do all that without like having to pick up the monopod and hold it all weird, because it'll do that for you. So yeah, that's definitely a nice little, you don't want to bring a whole bunch of stuff with you, or you don't want maybe a big heavy tripod. Heck, you could, it is kind of heavy, but I was saying you could even use this as a walking stick if you wanted to bring this on a hike, if you're doing some landscape photography or something like that. Another good use case scenario could be if you're shooting a wedding or some kind of event or something and you don't want the large footprint of a tripod. I mean, that's literally how much space you're going to take up on the floor. And like I said, you could put your foot on that bottom, we'll just call it tripod feet down there, tuck this into your body, and then you can get shots like if you had a tripod with a stable versus trying to hand hold. Or again, if you're trying to do some panning shots, you have that nice smooth pan without taking up all that real estate that a tripod would. And again, if I didn't have a quick release plate on my camera, if my camera was here, I could just loosen this and pop my camera right out if I needed to switch over to handhold. So yeah, definitely pleased with the product. So again, I got this one on sale, but it is made out of some pretty heavy material, so the weight is kind of up there. I mean, it's nothing horrible, but it's definitely not light. If you're trying to keep your stuff light, this would not be the way to go. The only other thing that I wish is that I wish this had like a little tab or a little bit to help, because right now what it is it comes up and it twists, so that way you have free rein down here. If there was like a little tab or something hanging out so you could kind of like hook your foot in there to lock and unlock it, I think that would be like the number one thing that I would change on here, just to make it a little bit more user friendly. Because if not, you got to kind of bend over, hold on to that while holding on to the rest of the monopod so it doesn't fall over. And again, it's nothing difficult, but I mean, I always try to find something that we can give some constructive criticism on. And for me, that is what it would be. So I'll put the link for that down in the description box in case you want to check it out or pick one up for yourself. And if you have any questions about this monopod that I didn't answer for you, please put that down in the comment section below. I'll answer it to the best of my abilities. And as usual, if there's anything that you want to see reviewed on this channel, please put that down there also. I'll reach out to the company and see if we can't get it tested for you. If there is something that you want reviewed and there's something in particular that you want tested on the product, please put that down in there also. That way I can try to get to it during the video to help answer your questions. Other than that, thanks so much for sticking around to the end. We'll see you next time. Bye.